Okay, let's take a look at some other words here. Ezekiel, can you see?
Yes, sir. I'm still trying to figure out how to get my laptop to work.
Oh, Lord. Okay. I am going to put Caleb on the spot.
What page are we on?
We're on page 17.
Okay.
It's yeah. Wait. Ye is the first letter ye.
Very good.
And then what's that second letter?
That's a shin. And remember that this schwa underneath it it's like a. It doesn't even hardly make a sound.
Is it that? C?
What's that?
Is it sa or C or something?
Yeah, yeesh.
Um,
Yeesh. What letter is this?
um, is it mo?
Mem. Yeah. Yeesh more. Now it's interesting. As I said before, a verb, you know what a verb is, Caleb, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. A verb generally, if it's in a what's called the qal tense, it's preceded by a yud. It means he. And the verb here is shmor or shamar, uh, which means to guard or protect. So this is yishmor. He is a guardian or a protector. Uh, let's see, Cooper.
Yeez. What does the two dots make again?
That's a schwa. That's practically silent.
Is that like
It
a
goes
O-ish? Yeez. Yeez a core.
Yizkor, right. Zachar, and as you can see, we've got a dagesh here in the middle of the kuf, so that makes it a K instead of a sound, okay? And Zachar means to remember. So he is a rememberer, or he remembers.
Um,
These are important
It's
words.
Zachary.
And
My brother's name is the Lord remembers.
what's that?
My brother's name is Zachary, and it means the Lord remembers. It comes from that, right?
What's your brother's name?
Zachary.
Oh, Zachary? Right. Zachariah. That's God remembers. Or Zechariah. That's all derived from the same root. Okay, Ezekiel.
Um, Ye. It starts with Ye.
Ye.
Um, is that pay or no?
It's a
Pay?
pay. Right.
Is it pay or fay? I always forget which one has the.
Fey.
So ye
Okay, hold on a second. I'm sorry.
ye faller.
I'm jumping the gun. I wanted to look that up because I keep forgetting Pocad, what it
Oh, wait,
means.
it's cuff.
Okay, so say it.
Ye facade.
You've that little dot above there is an O sound. You've
Okay.
code.
You've code.
Right. So I'm gonna pull up I'm pretty sure that this program has, let's see, let me just pull up translate. Here, the code. Okay. A chief. Huh. Okay, that's what it means. A chief.
Huh.
Chief code. He probably led or is a chief. But these two I know, and they're really important. So let me do this. I'm going to pull up my trusty board here, and we remember these words: Shamar, it's called artistic, okay? And that means to guard or protect. Old English spelling, okay? And the other one was Zachar. Well, this is, let's get rid of the Dagesh, but and that means to remember.
Was the second one Zakar?
Yeah. And I put the Dagesh in there by mistake. Okay. Let's go back to that other screen. Okay. Anshe. Now, when we see this A Yud ending, the two dots at the end, that makes it what's called a construct. That means that the next word means of. So in other words, Anosh, Anash, let me just look it up here in okay. Let's get rid of this and let's replace it with Anash. Where's my Aleph? There we go. Anash. Okay. That means an individual. Anshe would be persons of or people of. Now, a wife is often called an Isha. That's what I was thinking of. So for instance, Sarah was the wife of Abraham. I would say Sarah Ashe Avraham. And the AY ending means of. So men of Anshe Bethlehem, the men of Bethlehem.
Isn't
Um,
Ishi husband?
What's that?
Isn't Ishi husband?
Ishi, my husband.
I remember some sermon or something because we used to go to Harvest and the pastor was a Messianic Jew. So he would like sometimes talk about the Hebrew. But I remember one of the sermons he was talking about like God the Father, which is Abba, versus God the husband, which is Ishi. So I kind of remembered that.
Yeah, right. Ashet, the husband of, well, according to this, we see that a wife is an Asha. Husband, let's see what Google translates. Husband, Baal. It often means master, but we see down here that it can also be an Ish. Okay? That it's a husband. When
Wait,
a husband,
Baal?
yeah, Baal, like the god, like the false
Oh, wow.
god. It literally means master. When Sarah
Okay.
refers to Abraham as her master, it's showing that she has respect for her husband.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Huh?
I never knew that.
Yeah. So an ish is a man or a husband, and an isha is a wife. I always get them mixed up. Let me just do that again. Isha, a wife. Okay, let's move on. Yisrael. Oh, I cheated. Okay, Caleb, what's this one? What did we do here? We've had ye, ye, ye,
Ye.
ye. Right. And this is not a shin, it's because the shin would mean that it's on the right side. The dot is on the right side. But in this case, the dot is on the left side. So that makes it a
Is it
thin.
sa? Is it sa?
It makes an S sound. It's a sin. Not what we call a sin, but that's the Hebrew letter. So it's yis. What's this?
It
What does it look like?
raw.
Very good.
E.
A. The two dots is an A. And what's this?
It's wool.
A what?
Wool.
A lamed. So this would be Yi Ra A Yisrael. That's how Israel is pronounced. Now, another thing that's interesting is that often you'll see, well, not often, this actually doesn't happen often, fortunately. But you'll find that sometimes and I may have mentioned this before, sometimes words are mispronounced. Or in the Bible, Hobab, for instance, that would be an example. Let's see. There's my drawing tool. Let's say that I one text in Chronicles, for instance, may have the name Hadar, and it would be Hadar. But in Kings, it might be pronounced Hadad or Hadad. And that's where most of our scribal errors come in, because it's really difficult to sometimes determine between a Daled and a Resh. You see? And so the scribe may have written the wrong letter, and it usually happens with names, so it's not important. But that explains why some discrepancies may happen in the Bible. Okay, Zeke.
Yes. Is it? Oh wait, you're on that one. Are we not doing the other row?
Yeah, let's do this row. That's
Okay.
good.
Is it Minyav?
Minyan.
Minyan? That's an N?
Yeah. That's called that's a nun as it appears.
I thought it was a
at
Vav, or the
No.
last letter.
The last letter, you see, the last letter goes below the line. You see that?
Uh-huh.
Vav only goes to the line.
Oh.
This nun is a final nun. It appears at the end of a word. So you have this nun here, which appears in the beginning or in the middle of a word. And then you have a nun that appears at the end of the word. Okay?
Okay.
So and so that word is minyan. And the minyan is a quorum. In Jewish tradition, you need 10 men in order to pray. Figure that out. I pray by myself. But in order to have a prayer meeting, in order for it to be legitimate, it has to have 10 men. And that came from the story of Genesis chapter 7:18, where Abraham appeared before the 3 men, and said, "Will you destroy Sodom if 50 men?" And the Lord said, "No." "What about 40, 30, 10?" And Abraham stopped. And so it's from that story that the tradition of a minyan was born, that in order to have a genuine prayer meeting, you have to have 10 men. Okay, Cooper.
Is it artsy?
Very good. Let me tell you a little bit about this word. This is a little bit about grammar in general. Not grandpa, but grandma. The word is derived from the word eretz. See how a resh could be mistaken for a daled? I think it's spelled with another Aleph. And the Samech, bear with me 1 second here. Got more documents open than a Carter's has pills. And that is a reminder that I should always be kind. I don't know why I keep losing this document. That's not what I want. Please forgive me. I'm going to have to pull up that document again. Hebrew. Hmm. Hmm. I think it was I forget what kind of a file it was. Why I lost it, I don't know. Hmm. Please forgive me.
It's fine.
Let's see, this PC. Pictures, documents.
So going back to the Baal thing, is that why like God talks about divorcing Israel or whatever? Because like calling the Baal or Baal or whatever is like adultery.
Well, idolatry is, did you say idolatry or adultery?
Adultery.
Idolatry is adultery because we should be married to God.
Yeah.
And so anything that destroys that relationship or interferes with that relationship is adulterous. God views it as such. And that's an important lesson to learn.
That's interesting.
My daughter has a dog that I really don't like. Yeah, I have a dog called his name is Schmutz. He's a mutt, and Schmutz is Yiddish. It means dirt. And let's see. Let's see if this is a document. I don't know. No. And I like Schmutz. When Schmutz comes and cuddles up against me, my daughter's dog comes and butts in between me and Schmutz. and wants all the attention so that Schmutz doesn't get any. That's I think that's a good illustration of what idolatry is. The idolater has allowed the idol to come between him and God. And so it behooves us to get rid of those idols.
Yeah.
So let's not Hebrew. Let's see what this is. That's not it. Oh, hold on here. I got an idea. I can try opening it with WordPad. See if that doesn't. No, that doesn't do a thing. Okay, I don't even know how to open that puppy up again. And now I got to get rid of WordPad. Okay. Please forgive me.
You're good.
I'm going to pull up the book and I'll write things out. Okay, I'll use the that one document or the program rather. So Eretz. If I am correct, this is a final. That's how it looks without the squiggles. Get rid of that. Do that over again. Cut. Eretz. Okay. That means land. That's specifically the land of Israel, and so it's called Eretz Yisrael. And let's see if I can find. What I'll do is go through an exercise here and I'll write everything out for you to read. Let's do that. Okay, select this, erase it, cut. What sound does that make? Cooper.
E.
Eh.
Ah.
Got the 3 dots.
Eddie.
This letter is silent, but the vowel is eh.
The E.
Eh. Eh.
E.
De.
Edda.
De.
Eddie. Yeah.
Edde. And this, now remember, it goes below the line. So that makes it a final
Ed, wait,
nun.
it's an N. Is that a nun?
Yeah, it's a nun. Right.
Eden.
Right. Eden. Gan Eden. The Garden of Eden. Let's do another one. Zeke.
Yes. Eh? Oh. Ele?
Ella.
Uh, Elec?
Aleph. That means 1,000. Now, we remember that this is a pay, and just like the nun, the pay as it appears in the beginning or in the middle of a word looks like this. But if it appears at the end of a word, it looks like that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a couple letters like that. We've got the nun. The nun, of course, looks like this. And the other nun looks like that. We've got the pay that looks like this, or the pay that looks like that. We've got the mem. The mem looks like this, or at the end of a word, it looks like that. Okay, there are a few, there are a few others. We'll run across them, but as you do it, you'll get used to it. I'll give you another
Yeah.
word.
Shabach?
Okay, remember we have the chet looks like this, and the tough
Oh,
looks like that.
yeah. Shabbat?
That's right. Sabbath. Shabbat. Let's see what other word we can come up with. This is a command. Let's see. We'll call on Caleb.
L-
Good.
lay.
Good. Very good. And yeah, you might say that you pronounced it lake. But and if it didn't have this, it would be lake. But That means go. And that's the first letter in the first word in Genesis chapter 22, where God says to Abraham, Lech lecha, go. And what is he to do? He's to go and sacrifice his son Isaac. Okay, let's do another word. Give this one to Cooper. There's another letter here, but this is silent. What
What's
does
that?
this? What
Is that second letter a resh?
Yeah, that's a resh.
All right.
I for your sake, I rounded it off. If I wanted to make it a daled, I would do that.
All right. Zera. Zera. Zera.
Zerah. Zerah. Zerah is seed. As in, your seed shall rule the earth, or whatever. Zerah is seed. Let's do another one. And I think it's sometimes easier when you see the first letter with the vowel, then the second letter with the vowel, and the third letter. When you see it little by little, and you look at it that way, you remember it better.
Mhm.
Well, here's a good word. Let's give this to Zeke.
Is that the whole word?
No,
No.
Zeke, are you there?
Is that the whole word?
That's the word.
Um, is it chav
No,
or
you can
shave?
Cain. Remember, this is the long nun.
Oh,
Cain is mercy or loving kindness. Cain v'chesed is mercy and loving kindness combined. So Cain is it's mercy. Okay, let's do another one. Let's intimidate Cooper.
Is that the whole word?
Pardon?
Is that the whole word?
That's the whole word.
Um, what's is that a vowel or what's after the first
Yeah,
letter?
this is a vowel. That's
So
a het.
is that just the one dot vowel? That let's see.
What's that?
Is that vowel E, like two E's?
This one is, this is a eh.
But what's the first one?
Oh,
Okay. Hor Horef Horef.
or ref. And I don't know the meaning of that word, so I'm going to see if this will answer that question for me. That's what they say it is, despite. Or in spite of, Lemirot al af choref, in spite of. Okay. I don't know that word, so let's move on. This is good practice for you and good practice for me too. Here's a letter that you haven't used a lot. But let's use it now. After I move these things out of the way. Let's see, Cooper.
Ah, ah, ah. Let's see. That's a T, right?
That's a T sound.
T. Let me just say. Hey. Ah, taho, tahover.
Tahor. Tahor. And I think it has something to do with unclean. Let me just look this one up too. For tahor. Or torn. Oh, okay. Pure. It's the opposite. Tahor. I was perhaps thinking of trafe, which is unclean. Okay, let's move on. We're gonna learn together. Yo, okay. I don't want to give you the hint. I already did. Okay, Caleb.
What's that line at the beginning?
That's a
This
yod,
one?
Caleb.
Uh, um, y- y- Euro, is it?
Yeah. Oh.
Um,
Yo. That means day. Yom. In Israel, they would say Yom Tov, good day. Okay, let's find another word. Ah, remember without the dagesh, it's ch. With the dagesh, it's hey, Cooper,
That's the first letter is a cuff, right?
right?
Right.
Very good.
And what's the last one again? The last letter?
It's a nun.
Okay, no, that's right. Let's see. Chain.
Pain. With
Pain.
the without the dagesh, it's a ch.
Uh,
With the dagesh, it's cane,
all right.
and that means yes. Cain is something else. His name is not spelled Cain. It's spelled, it's pronounced Cain in the Hebrew, which means something completely different. It implies that God had provided for Eve the way out, the one who would comfort her. Who she thought that the Messiah had been born, but I used to say that when every Jewish mother, when they have a son, they think that they raised the Messiah, but in my case, my mother raised Cain. Anyway, it's a different word. The Cain means yes. So from now on, if I remember, when you do something right, I'm going to say Cain, or I'm going to say Tov Ma'od. Tov means good. Ma'od means very good. Let's see. Zeke.
Yes. Is that the whole thing?
Huh?
Is that the whole thing?
No.
Oh. That's le, right?
Le. Good.
Is that a chet?
It's a chet.
Lechet.
Le. Che.
Leche. Lechem?
What's that?
Is it lechem or leches?
Lechem.
Okay.
Lechem. Let's put the
It looks
accent right syllable.
kind of like a summit.
Samech. The samech is more circular. It would be like this.
Oh, okay. This has the pointy thing in the top left.
What's that?
The summit still has the line like pointing out at the top left though.
Yeah. Like like this. Come on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's lechem.
Lechem. Okay. And that means
Bread.
bread. Ever heard of a town called
Bethlehem.
uh-huh? And it's spelled this, and it's actually two words.
Bet lechem.
Beit Lechem, the house of bread.
Hmm.
And actually, it may be an indication that they made a lot of bread there, and that may have been their major source of revenue. We don't know, except that that's what it was called. Let's
Hmm.
see, where are we? Ah, here's another word. Let's give this one to Caleb. Hey, young man.
Um, s- is it sa?
No, good try though. It's a mem. It's a mem in the beginning of a word. So you would sound meh,
M- Mel?
meh,
Mm,
meh,
mm, ma, ma? Or
meh,
la?
meh. Okay. Now here's the last letter.
Mel.
Good.
Melava. Wait.
Melech, melech, melech. And that, my friend,
What is that last letter?
that's a kuf. I believe it's called a kuf, or either that or it's a chet. I
I
do
assume
confuse them.
the kuf changes at the end of a sentence as well.
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll run into a few of them. But
So
this is melech, and that's a king. Okay? Let's see. Give this one to Cooper.
what's that first? Is that a nun, the first letter?
Yep.
No. Nasa.
Mm-hmm. I believe that means to lift up. Let's just see. It's yeah, to lift up or carry. It's used to describe what God does. In Exodus 34, he lifts up sin. In essence, he carries the sin that you had. And so he doesn't really, it's a way of saying he forgives, but it means that he lifts up the sin and removes it from you. And so, and also it means to carry. For instance, they would carry objects and they would lift up the object. But it's used often in terms of God lifting up sin and taking it, in essence, carrying it away from us. I kind of like that idea, don't you? Let's see, where are we? Okay. Here's a word that I'm going to have to look up. Remember what this vowel is?
Ooh.
Good. Let's give this one to Zeke.
Is it Suru?
Uh-huh. Or Suru.
What does it mean?
I don't know.
Oh,
Let's see if I can put a vowel here. As is indicated by Google Translate, they don't seem to know either. I can't see I can't see the vowels very well. In fact, I can't see the vowels at all. No, I don't know. Okay, let's move on.
What's that last letter?
This one?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a vowel. That's a vav. But
Okay.
when
it's
you
a
have,
Vav, but there's like the 3 different versions of the Vav.
right,
That's right.
and this makes the vav an oo sound.
And then the one with the dot above makes that O.
Right, you got it. Good. Okay, let's move along. Here's a good word. In fact, as you watch the video and review, remember these words. Now, admittedly, I don't know all of them, but these are the ones that I do remember are definitely the important ones. This is called an ayin. And just like the aleph, it's silent. What is this vowel?
A.
A. And remember we had the tzada. That's the tzada in the middle of a letter. Or, well, let me give you a better example. That's more like it, okay? Or you have this, in which at the end of the letter, it goes down. Okay?
So is that eights?
Eights. And that, my friends, is a tree. Now, the Torah, or this, is commonly called an eitz. Chaim. Remember what chai is? Remember what the word chai means? It means life. And chaim is plural. So we call it a tree of life, but it's really a tree of lives because humans are more than just living creatures. We have a life that makes us kind of like all other creatures. But I like to say that animals do what animals do, and people have a choice. You see the difference? And so animals do what animals do. People can behave like animals by wanting by going for what they want, or they can seek what God wants and seek the life that is higher. And so man has lives, not just life. And in Genesis, I think it's chapter 3, where he describes man, he describes him as a nefesh chayim, a soul of lives. Whereas the animals are a beast is called a chaya, just a living thing. Okay. Adom. Oh, there we go again, Daniel, you're giving it away. We'll give this one to Caleb.
Ah,
Ah,
is it ah Ado? Ada? Ada?
Adom.
And then Ad Adot?
That's a mem. A mem. And I just double checked the translation. Google Translate isn't always accurate, but it's helpful. But if this is Adom, and it means red. Remember anybody by the name of Adon?
Esau.
That's right. He was probably a redhead. So was David, probably a redhead. And there's an association there between red, the color, and earth. Adam, the earth being red earth, from which man came. So man was derived from the ground, and hence he received the name Adam, as we commonly mispronounce it, Adam. Okay. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Where are we? Ah. Give this one to Zeke.
Pa'am.
Pa'am. Right. It's a time. As in a moment of time. There's another one. This is a very common one in Jewish literature, Jewish liturgy. And yeah, it's a common one of which we are quite familiar. Let's give this one to Cooper.
Barak.
Very good, all for the exception of that letter. Remember what this one is?
Baruch.
Baruch. Baruch. And that means
At the Seder, don't you always say like Baruch Adonai?
the Baruch Atah Adonai. Blessed
Baruch
are you,
Adonai.
O Lord.
Okay.
Right. There you go. You guys are becoming Hebrew scholars. Okay. Let's give this one to Caleb.
Um. Um. What's that second letter?
Remember, that's a vav, but we took the vowel and we added a vowel to it, which is the dot above it. And that makes it a what?
So is it tv?
Oh. We've got, hold on here. We've got the O. We've got the oo. And we got the just plain good old fashioned V. This one is which one?
Ew. Or
Oh.
the oh. So toe.
Right. And what's this last letter?
Tone. Ton.
Tove.
Tone.
Tove. And tove means good. And when we want to add a vowel to it, and then we add this last M's, you see that? That's an
Yeah.
M there. That makes it plural. In Hebrew, there's a difference between girl nouns and boy nouns. So if I end, and you'll learn this as we go along, but if we usually end a noun with oat, it's a girl. Okay? Like you can call it a dog. If it's a girl dog, you'd call it a kalvot, or plural, kalva, singular. Or if it's a boy dog, you'd call it kalvim. So in this case, we have E, Yud, M. So tovim would be good things, or it's an adjective that's describing something. So we'll say these are kalvim tovim, good dogs. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Are you guys, do you feel like you're catching on?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, okay, I won't give it away. I almost did.
I'll get it in a minute.
It's a very long. Let's shorten it. Oh, I need to give that to somebody. Zeke,
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
your turn.
Sorry, my mom's talking. What? Yes, but it's not where you can get it. Afu?
So, it's a tzadeh. You
Oh.
might you may have mistaken that
Oh,
for
okay. So Safu?
safun. Safun. I never get my directions straight, so I was double checking it, and that is correct. It's north. Nagba would be south. Myanmar would be to the west because the sea of the Mediterranean Sea was on the west. So it would be called Maya. But Safun is in the north. Okay. Let's give this one to Cooper.
Rechem.
Very good. You got that one on the money. I checked it against what do you call it? Against, and it's a correct translation, but it's really a womb. Rechem is a womb, but it's kind of interesting because Rachmanis means compassion. And so we see the association between God giving Rachmanis as if a mother is carrying her child. And so Rechem is a womb, and it's a place where there should be refuge, but we know that in this day and age, it's not necessarily the case. Okay. I don't know what this word means for sure. Oh, yeah, Kav. I think that's a vav. I think I had just run across it in my studies. Let's give that one to Caleb.
Paw, Cov,
Mm-hmm. It means a line. Let's see what happens if I change that to a nun. It says it's a nest. I think that this is a kav, which is a line. It's when we draw a line, it would be a kav. Oh, okay. I didn't want to copy it. I wanted to cut it. Let's give this one to Cooper.
Rahats.
Very good, Cooper. You're getting this. You're catching on to the way that you phonetically figure out how to pronounce these words, and that's very good. It means to wash. It's used in Leviticus when it's Leviticus. No, Exodus, when when the priest is called upon to in their initiation, they are to bathe, they are to wash themselves in water. So that word is used quite a lot in that particular passage. Okay, Zeke.
Yes.
I think this is a direction.
Another one?
Hmm?
Another one?
Yeah. The word is a direction. I believe.
Kedem.
Good. You're catching on too. It's commonly, I remember a song when I was a kid, used to sing it. Kedem. Huh. It says before, Kedem, Kadima. I don't know. Okay, we'll move on. Our vocabulary, both of our vocabularies will grow. But, okay. Let's give this one to Cooper.
Uh, off.
Mm-hmm. Ah, what's the last letter?
Off.
Af. Afe or ape is a nose, but it's often used when God is angry. Like his nose flared. It's a what we call a personification. His nose flares up, and so it's used in terms of anger, and so that's the way that off is often used. Okay, let's move on. Give this one to the young lad, Caleb.
On the first letter, is that a vowel on the top of it?
No, oh, I'm sorry. No. Get rid of that. Okay.
Uh, ought?
Good. Ach. You know, you have an ach sitting right next to you. An ach is a brother. And if I wanted to, if you had more than one brother, I would call them achim. Just remember what we learned about plural? E, yud, mem. That makes the plural a masculine plural noun. Okay, Let's do Cooper. Oh, here's one.
Yayin.
Yayin. Yeah, that's wine. Let's see. What do you do with this? What would that be?
Yo-yo.
Okay, Zeke.
All right. Kanop,
Hanaf.
Kanoff. All right, there's
Yeah.
no doggish there.
Yeah, okay. It's a wing or feathers.
Hmm.
Confet would be feathers of, that's called the construct state. Feathers of a bird. Confet. Okay. Okay, here's a name. This is somebody's name. Give this one to Caleb.
Yay, via.
Lay. And what sound does this make if there's no dot?
Um, v,
V. Right.
lavia,
Lay.
lay,
They.
lay, yeah.
Right. Now the yud, all that does is it extends the e to make it longer, like it's so it's a Levi. And nowadays we would simply describe him as Levi.
If a yud's at the end of a sentence, does it extend the sound?
Right. It extends the e sound. Like you would a y at the end of a word. You don't hear a y in they, but it extended the e sound in that word. So the same thing takes place with the Hebrew. And I don't know why, but I even see seminary graduates calling him Levi. It is as incorrect a pronunciation as you can ever get. His name is Levi. Levi. And Lev means to love, or heart, my heart. Here's a good word. We're going to have to cut it short fairly soon. Give this one to Cooper.
Morgan.
What's that one?
Morgan.
Morgaine, very good. It's a shield. God is our Morgaine. He is our shield. And we'll give this one to Ezekiel.
Okay. Raid.
Raid. That means to go down. To go down. Your rod, he went down. Your rod, David, el Beit Lechem. Beit Lechemah. The UH ending of a word means towards, in the direction of. So Beit Lechemah. So Yared, he went down. Who did the going down? David. Beit Lechemah, toward Bethlehem. Let's see. Let's stop here, and you have your books, okay? Go over them and do page 15 in your workbook, okay?
15.
15, starting with section 5, okay? With line 5, and this
Okay.
is your homework. Once
Do
you
we-
go over this video and do the words, make it all the way down to 14 because I want to move faster, okay?
Okay.
And I don't know, I'm a little bit in favor of working with you guys every week because I think it solidifies things. You still want to do it every other week?
It's fine with me.
I'm fine with any. I don't care.
I don't
Okay.
care.
Let's do every week, and we'll get you guys moving quicker. And you know what? You're doing really well. Just by doing this one little exercise that we did, you're picking up on learning how to simply phonetically figure out how to pronounce these words. And it's really actually relatively simple. Once you learn, some of the letters, yeah, they look a little bit different at the end of the word, but you pick up on that, you learn it. So let's do that, and I will send out a new schedule. We'll meet at 4:30 every week on Sundays. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Say hi to your moms and dads, and I will be praying for your dad, Zeke.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My mom says hi, by the way.
Okay, and I say hi to her. Love you guys. Love
Yes,
you
sir.
guys.
Love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okey-doke. You guys take care.
All right, see you
Yes, sir.
next week.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.